Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're checking out 7 motorcycles so reliable, their engines might just outlive you. Number 7. Suzuki SV650. The Suzuki SV650 is one of those bikes that mechanics tip their hats to, and secretly wish they had in their own garage. It's simple, V-twin fun that refuses to give up. This is the type of bike you can buy brand new for around $7,000 and still feel like you've pulled off the greatest deal in motorcycling. Hiding under the tank is a 650cc V-twin engine that hasn't really changed since the Clinton era, because Suzuki absolutely nailed it the first time around. It's smooth, reliable, and shockingly quick for a bike that doesn't make a scene. This engine's been labeled bulletproof more times than your favorite Marvel character. Owners routinely see their SVs clear 100,000 miles with just the basics: oil, filters, and maybe a chain swap here or there if you're feeling fancy. There's no wallet-draining liquid cooling system, and no valve tech that sounds like a dissertation topic. What really makes it a keeper is how little it asks in return. Parts are easy to find, repairs are simple, and nothing requires you to sacrifice your throttle wrist, or an arm. This is reliability that doesn't show off, but always shows up. No drama, no warning lights, no surprise trips to the of your bank account. In short, the SV650 isn't just dependable, it's practically eternal, and it's got character to boot. For the cost of a used jet ski you'll ride twice a year, you get a motorcycle that might just be around when your grandkids start riding. Number 6. Royal Enfield Bullet 500. The Royal Enfield Bullet 500 isn't just a motorcycle, it's a legend too stubborn to retire. With looks that belong on a sepia-toned postcard and a thumping exhaust note straight out of a classic rock album, this bike never tried to keep up with the times, it stayed true to itself. Back when it was still sold in the US, you could grab one for about $5,000. At that price, you weren't just buying a motorcycle, you were owning a slice of motorcycling's past, wrapped in shockingly tough steel. Its 500cc air-cooled single-cylinder engine is the very definition of mechanical simplicity and old-school charm. But don't confuse that simplicity for weakness. This motor's survived floods, dust storms, mountain passes, and mechanics who couldn't identify a torque wrench if it hit them. It thumps along with a rhythm that feels like it's been alive forever. The reason it lasts: it's overbuilt, understressed, and never tries to be fast or fancy. No electronics to crash, no radiators to leak, no complex valves. Just one big piston punching along like it's working a union job. The Bullet 500 is that quiet, humble loner who doesn't boast, but always shows up, rain or shine, year after year. And it definitely doesn't break down just to get your attention. Number 5. Kawasaki Vulcan 900. The Kawasaki Vulcan 900 is the cruiser that somehow manages to look stylish while being borderline indestructible. Big enough to feel like a proper tourer but friendly enough that weekend warriors can jump on without hesitation. With a price tag sitting close to $9,000, it delivers that classic cruiser vibe, minus the drama and breakdowns. At its core is a 900cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine that's been quietly racking up reliability points for years. It's got enough torque to keep you grinning down every backroad sweep, but it doesn't demand much in return. This powerplant doesn't overheat, doesn't complain, and certainly doesn't flash error codes like an angsty sport bike. In fact, it's so chill that some riders claim it's nearly maintenance-free. Change the oil, keep the coolant in check, and the Vulcan will purr like a lazy housecat for 100,000 miles or more. No electronic tantrums, no valve headaches, just a rock-solid motor built to do one job, well, forever. The Vulcan 900 is what happens when you combine comfort, timeless styling, and pure practicality. It starts every time, rides smooth every day, and keeps your wallet out of the repair shop. Number 4. Honda CB750. The Honda CB750 is the two-wheeled version of an ancient oak tree, rooted deep, unshaken, and impossible to kill. This is Honda doing what Honda does best: making bikes that are balanced, reliable, and almost allergic to failure. You can still spot clean used examples for around $4,000 to $5,000, and odds are they've never even needed a major repair. Sitting inside is a 750cc air-cooled inline-four engine, an engineering gem. It doesn't scream, it doesn't break, it just keeps doing its thing. Smooth as silk with consistent, friendly power delivery, this engine couldn't care less if you're cruising at 35 or redlining it. It just works. This motor earned its reputation by clocking 150,000 miles and then asking for more, with nothing more than the usual oil, filters, and maybe a valve check. No overheating, no tech tantrums, no rare parts to track down. Just good old-fashioned pistons, cams, and an attitude that says, "I've seen worse." The CB750 isn't flashy or loud, but it knows it's outlasted plenty of prettier bikes. Number 3. Moto Guzzi Grezzo 1200. The Moto Guzzi Grezzo 1200 looks like someone who used to design spaceships took up bike building as a hobby. It's muscular, oddly elegant, and packed with more Italian flair than a double espresso. But under all that sculpted cool is a machine that's so honest and dependable, it'll shock anyone who thinks Italian bikes are all show and no go. A solid used Grezzo goes for $6,000 to $8,000 and every dollar feels justified. Powering it is a 1,200cc air and oil-cooled transverse V-twin engine that looks like it was dropped in sideways on purpose, because it was. That unique layout isn't just for drama, it keeps things cool, simple, and easy to work on. The shaft drive means no chain mess, and the engine's torquey low-rev character means you get mileage for days with nothing more than basic love. It's got pushrods, a dry sump, and laid-back internals that make it more like a diesel generator than a high-strung sport bike. Sure, it growls and vibes, but it never feels fragile. That's where the Grezzo breaks the Italian stereotype wide open. This bike might look eccentric, but underneath, it's solid steel and loyalty. The Grezzo 1200 is a beautifully strange machine with the build quality of a tank and the soul of a dependable old hound. Number 2. Yamaha MT-07. The Yamaha MT-07 is proof that when a motorcycle nails every category without overthinking it, magic happens. Lightweight, quick, affordable, and almost suspiciously reliable. Whether you're just getting started or have 2 decades of throttle behind you, the MT-07 simply works. Every single day. New, it'll set you back around $8,000, and it delivers more thrills per dollar than just about anything you're legally allowed to ride. At the center is the 689cc CP2 parallel twin, a torque-happy little engine that's been praised everywhere as unkillable. It's got enough grunt to keep every ride fun and just enough efficiency to make your fuel budget smile. More importantly, it's built like it plans to outlive you. Riders regularly log over 100,000 miles with little more than routine oil changes, valve checks, and an occasional chain swap. No modes to glitch. No radiator begging for attention. Just one of the smoothest running middleweight engines ever made. The MT-07 doesn't try to be flashy, futuristic, or exclusive. It starts. It runs. It keeps running. Then it patiently waits for the next ride like it's part of the plan. Number 1. Honda Gold Wing. The Honda Gold Wing isn't just a bike, it's a 2-wheeled cruise ship that refuses to die. It's the emperor of long-distance comfort, but what really sets it apart is a track record of reliability that borders on myth. A new one starts around $24,000, so it's not cheap, but it's built to go longer than your average working career. Beneath all the chrome, speakers, and creature comforts lies a flat-6 engine that could probably outlive your neighbor's Labrador. It's smooth, quiet, and precision-engineered with the kind of obsession only Honda brings to the table. Depending on the generation, you're looking at a 1200 to 1800cc motor that's so overbuilt, it shrugs off 200,000 miles like it's a weekend ride. No leaks. No rattles. Doesn't care if you're climbing a mountain 2 up with a full trunk, it just gets on with the job. The shaft drive keeps maintenance low, and even the electronics seem to behave out of sheer respect. The Gold Wing is what you buy when you're done experimenting. It doesn't just ride, it glides. It doesn't just endure, it excels. Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, it's big. But it carries all that bulk like a sumo ballerina. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. Be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the future rides we've got coming.